Would you rather have a lot of money or be very, very healthy? Would you rather have a camper van or a houseboat? Would you rather have a smartphone or a laptop? Who do you like more? Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Teacher Side 2020. For this episode, we are going to discuss how to write an article, which is a very simple form of writing. And the article that we are going to write about is about something that we prefer or something that we choose. When we are given too many choices, there are things that we choose and then there are things that we don't choose. So how to describe them in your article, and that is what we are going to discuss in this episode. Okay, we are still going to use our textbook English download and turn to page 144 to the writing section. This is the page. Okay, let us read what is the instruction on top of the page. When you have to think of reasons why you prefer one thing to another, make quick notes in two ways. For example, if you want to explain why you prefer shopping for clothes on foot rather than shopping online, write down what you like about shopping on foot and what you don't like about shopping online. This will help you to clearly identify your reasons. Okay, meaning you have choice A and choice B. If you choose A, you have to explain why you choose A, and at the same time you have to explain why you don't choose B. So now your explanation sounds balanced. Okay, that's the idea. I think it's very easy to understand. Okay, moving on, let us study activity 1. Okay, what is activity 1? Read these notes a student has made for clothes shopping on foot and against shopping online, then answer the questions below. So apparently these students support shopping on foot and he or she does not prefer shopping online. Okay, so these are the reasons for shopping on foot. A, I like trying clothes on before buying. B, it is more sociable, a day out with friends. Okay, for shopping online, these are the reasons for not choosing shopping online. C, I have to wait for things to be delivered. And D, I can't touch or feel clothes in photos. Those are the reasons for not choosing shopping online. Okay, there are 3 questions here. Number 1, which two notes are similar and could actually be put together? Okay, question number 2, which the writer doesn't like waiting for online shopping to be delivered. How can you turn this negative reason about online shopping into a positive reason for shopping on foot? Why is shopping on foot better? And question number 3, what are the writer's 3 positive reasons for preferring shopping on foot? Okay, let us do that one by one. Okay, number 1, which two notes are similar and could be actually put together? They are originally separated, but we can combine them. Okay, what are the 2 reasons that can be combined? Okay, in my opinion, the answer is A and D. A and D are actually connected and you can combine them or you can put them together. Okay, what is A? I like trying clothes on before buying. D, I can't touch or feel clothes in photos. So actually those 2 can be combined. Okay, A and D, because they are actually talking about the same thing. Okay, except that A, the writer talks about why he support online shopping on foot, and D is the reason why the writer does not support shopping online. Okay, the writer doesn't. Okay, number 2, the writer doesn't like waiting for online shopping to be delivered. How can you put this negative reason about shopping into positive reason for shopping on foot? Why shopping on foot better? Okay, what is that? Okay, that sounds like C. I have to wait for things to be delivered. Okay, that is a negative reason. So how can you turn that into positive reason? Okay, again, you turn this one to a sentence which support shopping online, which contrasts to this one. I have to wait for things to be delivered. That is shopping online. What about shopping on food? Do you have to wait for things to be delivered when you shop on food? Of course not. So that is the positive reason. The negative one is you have to wait. So the positive one is you don't have to wait, or in other words, you will get the things instantly. What are the writer's 3 positive reasons for preferring shopping on food? So after discussing 1 and 2, apparently there are 3 reasons. A, what is stated there, I like trying clothes before buying. B, it is more sociable, a day out with friends. And C, the one that I mentioned just now, I can get the items instantly. Okay, moving on, let's go to activity number 2. Do you prefer wearing smart clothes or casual clothes most of the time? Write notes for your chosen preference and against the other choice. Then use your notes to identify positive reasons for your preference. Okay, smart. Okay, what is the note for smart? Okay, smart, maybe you will feel very awkward, and I choose casual, because it makes me feel more comfortable and relaxed. So for the reason, I would write, personally I would prefer wearing casual clothes because I would feel more comfortable and relaxed. If I wear smart clothes, I will easily feel awkward. Okay, so that is one example. Firstly, you state why, the type of clothes that you prefer, for example casual, and you state the reason why you choose casual, and then you also state why you do not choose smart clothes. So now your argument or your reason sounds very balanced. And moving on to activity number 3, read this writing task and discuss your chosen preference in class. Give reasons why you prefer it and say why you don't like about the other choices. Okay, you see this announcement in an English language magazine for teenagers. My favorite way to communicate. Do you prefer to communicate with your friends face to face, SMS, chatting on the computer? Write an article about your favorite way to talk to your friends, explaining why you prefer it. The best articles will be published in next month's magazine. Okay, so the issue here is the manner or the method of communicating with friends. There are 3 choices there. Firstly, face to face, which is physically, SMS, okay, using short message service, and finally chatting on the computer, or virtual chatting we call it, which is very popular nowadays. So moving on, we are going to go to activity 4. Read this article written in answer to the task in 3. Does it mention any of the ideas you discussed in class? Now answer the questions below it. So this is one example of the response. Talking face to face.
Talking face to face. Would you tell your friend a secret on Facebook or wait until you meet them? Personally, I prefer seeing my friend's face and hearing their voice when we talk. The most important thing about being together is that the conversation is spontaneous. If you send someone a text, you are forced to sit on your own waiting for them to think of, and write, their reply. This is not a proper, lively conversation for me. Apart from that, what about those feelings that you can't communicate with words? If one of my friends was unhappy, for example, I would want to be there to give them a hug. You can't do that on a screen. Spoken conversations also give you a better chance of keeping your personal life private. Texting is fine for making arrangements or gossiping, but if you write down personal thoughts and feelings, they could easily be read by other people. So, if you really want to talk to me, come on over. Let's have a proper chat, face to face.
Now let us discuss activity or question 1, 2, and 3. Number 1, circle the paragraph topics in paragraph 2, 3, and 4. For each paragraph, there's a paragraph topic, or sometimes we call it topic sentence. Let us identify the 3 topic sentences in paragraph 2, 3, and 4. Okay, paragraph 2. Okay, paragraph 2, I think the first sentence. the most important thing about being together is the conversation is spontaneous. The key word there is spontaneous. And then there's the explanation. Apart from that, what about those feelings that you can't communicate with words? Okay, that is the topic sentence. Something that is only able to be done if you communicate face to face. For example, hugging and all that. Okay, and 2, 3, and paragraph 4, spoken conversation also give better chance of keeping your personal life private. Okay, that is the topic. The ability to keep it private, and then you have the explanation. So that's number 1. Number 2, does the writer compare face-to-face conversation with other forms of communication? Yes. Okay, every time the writer give reason, the writer will also give reasons for the other choice. For example, let us take paragraph 2. The most important thing about being together is that the conversation is spontaneous. The idea there is spontaneous. What about the other choice? If you send someone a text, you are forced to sit on your own waiting for them to think of and write their reply. So there's a delay there. So that's the difference, one of the differences between talking face to face and using technology. Okay, so the answer is yes. The writer does compare face-to-face conversation and other forms of communication. And what about number 3? Underline 3 conditional sentences in the article. In which paragraph does the sentence describe what is likely to happen? Okay, this part is a bit tough. Okay, let us attempt to answer one by one. What is likely to happen? Okay, when you read the whole the whole text, the whole paragraphs, okay, you will find one. Okay, what is likely to happen? What is possible to happen? Okay, I found one. For example, texting is fine for making arrangement or gossiping, but if you write down personal thoughts and feelings, they could easily be read by other people. They are likely to be read by other people. Okay, number 2, what always happens? Okay, if you send someone a text, you are forced to sit on your own waiting for them to think of and write their reply. That is number 2, things that always happen. And imaginary situations, things that you have to imagine. Okay, this is the part. If one of my friends was unhappy, for example, I would want to be there to give them a hug. You can't do that on screen. Okay, that's the part. We call those sentences conditional sentences, and it is very easy to identify, especially when we use the word if. It's quite technical. If you want to find out more about this, you can refer to the previous units in this book, and we have one note, for example, on page 99. You can refer to the note to find out more about conditional sentences, which consists of several types. Further, we go to activity 5. Using conditionals is a very useful way of explaining your reasons. Write conditional sentences to explain the following statements about places where people eat. So this exercise is for us to practice using conditionals. Okay, number 1, eating out can be disappointing. Okay, how to form a conditional sentence using that sentence? Okay, of course, we have to start our sentence with the word if. Number 2, eating at home can be boring. Okay, again, make one sentence using the conditional if. Number 3, eating in a posh restaurant is less relaxing than eating at home, and we have to write one sentence using that sentence. Okay, number 1. Okay, this is one example. You can come up with your own sentence. Okay, eating out can be disappointing. If we are eating out, it can be disappointing because sometimes the service is very poor. Number 2, eating at home can be boring. If we are eating at home, it can be boring because we cannot see any new faces. We are surrounded by familiar faces. That is our family members. Eating in a posh restaurant is less relaxing than eating at home, because if you are eating at the posh restaurant, there are too many things that you have to control, especially table manners. When you have to control too much, you tend to feel awkward. And number 6, read this writing task and use the plan and the language bank to help you write your article. When you have finished your article, check your work carefully. Okay, you see this announcement in an English language magazine for teenagers. My favorite way to eat. Where do you prefer to eat? At home, at a restaurant, or somewhere else? Write an article about your favorite type of place to eat, explaining why you prefer it. The best articles will be published in our magazine next month. Write your article. Okay, the length is 140 to 190 words. Okay, here is the plan. Here is how you structure your essay. Firstly, of course, the title. Paragraph 1, get your reader's attention and state your preference. And paragraph 2 until paragraph 4, 2, 3, and 4, you have to explain your reasons using a new topic for each paragraph. We have a topic for each paragraph to make it easier for the reader to understand the paragraph. And finally, paragraph 5, of course, the last paragraph is the closing or the conclusion. Restate your preference in a new or amusing way. Okay, that's rather challenging. Okay, stating is not challenging, but stating it in an amusing way is more challenging. Okay, to help you, you are given a language bank. Okay, for example, to describe atmosphere, you can use the word relaxed, easygoing, formal, polite, family, special occasion, good service, table manners, surrounded by loved ones, surrounded by strangers. And to describe the food, you can use mom's cooking, my favorite dishes, menu, more to choose from, interesting, exotic food, first, main course, dessert, professional, chef. Okay guys, now we are going to discuss how to write the essay. Of course, before writing the essay, we have to start with proper planning, and you have to imagine how the essay looks like. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to use the picture of this hamburger. So if you watch my previous videos, you will notice that I have been using this many times. Okay, in fact, I think this is the best way to describe the structure of an essay. All right, so we are going to write a 5-paragraph essay. Okay, as stated there, 5-paragraph hamburger essay. The essay is not about hamburger, but the structure resembles that of a hamburger. Okay, the first one, the top layer is the introduction. First point paragraph, second point paragraph, third point paragraph, and the lowest part or the lowest band is conclusion. So that is, if you use your imagination, your essay will resemble this delicious hamburger. Okay, we are going to start with introduction paragraph. Just like what is stated in the textbook, it is in the introduction paragraph where you state your preference, whether to eat at a restaurant or at home. So here, for our discussion, I choose home. In fact, that's my personal preference. Okay, this is the first body paragraph. Eating at home enables us to eat healthier food. Of course, the focus there is healthier food. And then after that, I will provide my first reason. I will not give you the reason now. I just want to explain the whole structure of the essay. And then reason 1, why eating at home is healthier. Okay, maybe the ingredients you put, right? And reason 2, I would suggest you compare to food at a restaurant. Maybe you do not know what ingredients they use. Maybe it's too oily, or it's too sweet, there's too much fat inside and all that. So you have to explain that by explaining what is so good about home, and at the same time you also explain what is so bad about eating outside or eating at a restaurant. Okay, body 2, eating at home is more economical, something to do with your budget. Okay, so the whole paragraph talks about economy. Okay, about budget, about expenditure and all that. Okay, reason one, okay, you can explain why eating at home saves more. Okay, and then comparison with the restaurant. And paragraph 3, this is the last body paragraph. Eating at home can strengthen bonds among family members. Okay, reason one, why do you say that? Maybe when you prepare the food together, the process of preparing the food can be a fun time at the kitchen. Okay, comparison with what about eating at a restaurant? Do you have that kind of moment with your family? No, you are just waiting for the food to be served. All right, and then the last one, the last one is the closing. The most important thing in closing, you restate or you reiterate, you state again your preference, just like what you did in the introduction paragraph. Eating at home is a better choice, and then you follow with a few more explanation. So that is basically the structure or the skeleton of our essay. Your task is to make it complete. Okay, we have come to the end of our discussion. We are discussing how to write an article. In this episode, we learned that when we describe our reasons for choosing something or for preferring something, you can do that by firstly explaining why you make the choice, okay, why you choose A, and at the same time why you do not choose B, just like what I stated in the earlier part of this video. Okay, so boys and girls, that is all for this video. Again, I would like to thank everybody for watching this video from the beginning until the end. Always refer to the textbook because there are so many notes there, and more importantly, consult your teachers if you have any problem. I wish everybody all the best for your studies, all the best for your exams, and see you again in my next videos. May Allah bless you all. Okay, that's all. Thank you very much. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.